afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 97th and 98th Baccalaureate Ceremonies of the Philippine Women's University, classes of 2020 and 2021. Let's welcome the procession led by Dr. Earl Clarence L. Jimenez, Dean of the School of Music and Chairperson of the 2020 and 2021 Baccalaureate Ceremonies. The honor students for school year 2019 to 2020. Bartolo Rodfil L., Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English, cum laude. For school year 2020 to 2021. Ramirez Hazel Jade D., Bachelor of Arts in Foreign Service, honorable mention. Atienza Maria Camille A., Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, honorable mention. Arcal Andrea Nicole B., Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, honorable mention. Morente Julia May S., Bachelor of Arts, major in Psychology, honorable mention. Buranday Jessa D., Bachelor of Elementary Education, honorable mention. Escalona Jessel B., Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, honorable mention. Perelio Estel Villa V., Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing Management, cum laude. Tumala Kyle Nicole N., Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, cum laude. Cruz Drew Andre Marie N., Bachelor of Arts, major in Psychology, cum laude. Tan Micah Faith T., Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing Management, cum laude. Barbado Lemer C., Bachelor of Fine Arts, major in Visual Communication, magna cum laude. Gardose Ricky Marie M., Bachelor of Arts, major in Psychology, magna cum laude. Pilado Eloisa S., Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English, magna cum laude. Fernandez Kyla A., Bachelor of Elementary Education, summa cum laude. The Loyalty Awardees. Faculty members represented by Ms. Marivic R. Roman, President of the Faculty Union, and Mr. Mark Harvey B. Adamson, Chair of the 2020 and 2021 Commencement Exercises and the Program Chair of the School of Pharmacy. The Deans and Program Chairs. Dr. Leonardo O. Munalim, Dean, School of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Melissa A. Alcazaren, Program Chair, Psychology. Ms. Victoria M. Segovia, Program Chair, Environmental Science. Dr. Menchita F. Dumlao, Program Chair, Information Technology. Dr. Shirley A. Padua, Dean, School of Education. Ms. Evelyn B. Valencia, Program Chair, Philippine School of Social Work. Ambassador Rosario G. Manalo, Dean, Helena Z. Benitez School of International Relations and Diplomacy. Mr. Mark Ian J. Soriano, Program Chair, School of Tourism. Dr. Efraimuel Jose L. Abellana, Dean, School of Hospitality Management. Dr. Maria Ligaya T. Braganza, Program Chair, School of Food, Science and Technology. Dr. Earl Clarence L. Jimenez, Dean, School of Music. Ms. Josephine L. Turalba, Dean, School of Fine Arts and Design. Ms. Vanessa O. Ceballos, Program Chair, School of Nutrition. Dr. Minerva B. De Ala, Dean, School of Nursing. Mr. Sherwin B. Toriano, Program Chair, School of Medical Technology. The Administrators. Ms. Cristina Gracia D. Meron, Head, Guidance and Testing Office. Mr. Michael George C. Ventanilla, Head, Information and Communication Technology Department. Ms. Ruth A. Peñano, Director, Alumni Relations and Development Office. Ms. Mariel Graciela B. Javellana, Director, Sports Development Office and Physical Education. Mr. Horacio T. Gutierrez, Director, Career and Placement Office and Coordinator, Expanded Tertiary Education Equivalency and Accreditation. Dr. Nancy M. Felipe, Director, Career Development and Continuing Education. Dr. Lina B. Laigo, Director, Institute of Family Life and Children's Studies.
Dr. Nini F. Lim, Director, Medical Services and Diagnostic Center, Health Services.
Dr. Emerita M. Zornosa, Director, Graduate Studies. Ms. Cheryl Lai C. Zantua, Director, Human Resource Management Office. Ms. Purita P. Uson, Acting University Librarian. Mr. Fernan C. Glemao, University Registrar. Dr. Suzy M. Benitez, Associate Vice President for Campus Life. Ms. Ana Maria S. Del Rosario, Vice President for Finance. Ms. Marilu G. Mirasol, Vice President for Administration. Mr. Alfredo B. Reyes, Vice President for External Affairs and member, PWU Board of Trustees. Dr. Felina C. Young, Chancellor, Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs and Officer in Charge, Dean Conrado Benitez Institute for Business Education. Mr. Jose T. Valencia, member, PWU Board of Trustees. Dr. Eugenio R. Abunda Jr., member, PWU Board of Trustees. Dr. Carmelita I. Cuebenco, member, PWU Board of Trustees. Dr. Patricia Araneta, member, PWU Board of Trustees. Mr. John Philip Sevilla, member, PWU Board of Trustees. Ms. Lydia Francisca B. Brown, member, PWU Board of Trustees. Brother Armin A. Luistro, FSC, member, PWU Board of Trustees. Attorney Rosario Calixto Chavez, President, PWU Alumni Association. Dr. Maria Cristina Lim Yuson, guest speaker. Mrs. Victorina Amalingan Sales, Chairperson, Board of Trustees. Mr. Marco Alfredo M. Benitez, University President. The entrance of colors. Ladies and gentlemen, the Philippine National Anthem.
Kayang magiging pero saan silanganan, alam ng puso sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyat ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiin, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bukaw, may dilagang tulat, awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdiligdig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidinig, lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsintabay, langit sa piling mo, aming ligaya na pag may mga aming ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
To lead the Interfaith prayers, may I call on Micah Faith T. Tan, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Major in Marketing Management, and Monir E. Senti, Bachelor of Science in Interior Design.
Dearest Heavenly Father, source of life and inspiration, we thank you for guiding and giving us the opportunity to gather together as one PWU community, to celebrate and honor our hard work and sacrifices of our academic success. We thank you for giving us wisdom, knowledge, protection, support, and have blessed us financially, physically, emotionally, and spiritually in our whole college journey and academic formation. Especially in these challenging times of pandemic, we remain relevant and resilient. It is because of you that we were able to be where we are today. We thank you for giving us passionate and hardworking teachers who dared and challenged us to think outside of the box and help us provide a profound foundation with great education and values to become excellent students and prepared us with courage to face the real world. We thank you for giving us loving parents, guardians, and family for their undying support and prayers. Even in these difficult and stressful times that we have lived and experienced, they never left our side and have supported and encouraged us through ups and downs. We thank you for giving us schoolmates, classmates, and friends that we have known, experienced friendships, and camaraderie. May you continue to shower us with your love and blessings as we enter into a new path in our lives. Help us to trust and be reminded that every day is a new beginning, that whenever we are with you, we can be able to achieve our dreams and plans that you have made in our lives. May you strengthen and remind us to never give up as we face challenges and trials that may come in our lives, especially in times that it may seem too big for us to handle, because in you, we can make it. Nothing is impossible with you. And may you guide each one of us in every decisions that we make. It may be wise and be according to your will. Forgive us, O Lord, for all our shortcomings before your holy presence. We lift this all up to you. In the mighty name of Jesus, Amen.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. A'udhu billah min ash-shaytan ar-rajim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim Malik Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملت على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين اللهم ارزقني توفيق الطاعة وبعد المعصية وصدق النيات والإرفان الحرمة والأقرن بالهدى والاستقامة والسدد الستنا بالصواب والحكمة واملأ قلوبنا بالإيمان والمعرفة وتفضل على علمائنا بيزو وناسها وعلى متعلمنا بالحديث بالجد والرغبة بفضلك ورحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Oh Allah, those who are graduating today, make them means of spreading of goodness on the earth, Ya Allah. O Allah, forgive our shortcomings. O Allah, everyone who are sick and ill within this gathering, grant them quick and speedy recovery, Ya Allah. Likewise, Ya Allah, those who have passed away from among the loved ones of those who are present in this gathering, grant them mercy and forgiveness. O Allah, grant us solution to the problems that we are facing today. O Allah, we ask you to increase in our knowledge. O Allah, grant us humility and humbleness. O Allah, safeguard us from the difficulties. Ya Allah, help us to be the best of the people, to put into practice what we have learned from this school. Innaka ala kulli shay'in qadir. Verily, you have power over all things.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the chair of the 2020 and 2021 Baccalaureate Ceremonies, Dr. Earl Clarence L. Jimenez, for his welcoming remarks.
Mrs. Victorina Amalingan Sales, Chairperson of the Board of Trustees. Dr. Maria Cristina Lim Yuson, our guest speaker. President Marco Alfredo Benitez, Chancellor and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Felina C. Young, Attorney Rosario Calixto Chavez, President of the PWU Alumni Association, members of the PWU Board of Trustees, fellow deans and program chairs, graduates and parents, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, greetings. On behalf of my co-chair, Mr. Mark Ian Soriano, and the Committee for the 97th and 98th Baccalaureate Ceremony, I welcome you all. While we are gathered this afternoon in circumstances that are very far from ideal, we are also gathered in strength, resiliency, and hope. While the traditional baccalaureate ceremony has been modified to adapt to the challenges brought about by the current restrictions. What is truly essential remains, and that is the fact that you, PWU students, are graduating. So while the pandemic may have denied you the opportunity to actually participate in the investiture ceremony and to receive your loyalty awards in front of a live audience, what the pandemic can never deny you and the world are your degrees and all the experiences, knowledge, and the joy that come with it. Congratulations, Class 2020 and 2021. You are all winners. I would like to extend my gratitude to Dr. Maria Cristina Lim Yuson, our guest speaker for this afternoon, for being here to inspire us all. To the university administration, the different units of the university, particularly the Multimedia Department, to my fellow deans and program chairs, and the members of the organizing committee, my heartfelt gratitude for making this happen, because as we in the performing arts say, the show must go on. And to you, graduates, thank you for choosing to stay with PWU until the finish line of your academic journey. Congratulations! Today, we all rise as one. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay tayong lahat.
May I call on Ms. Ruth A. Peñano, Director of the PWU Alumni Relations and Development Office, to introduce the guest speaker.
Our honored guest speaker for PWU's 97th and 98th Virtual Baccalaureate and Investiture Ceremonies today, July 23, 2021, is one of the sterling alumni of PWU High School class of 1964. She finished a Doctorate of Education from the University of the Philippines in 1982 and has continued to embark on journeys as an early childhood educator. In fact, she founded an early learning center to devote her time to her lofty goals of improving early childhood education, which is considered the bedrock of one's learning process. What is more inspiring is that she co-founded the Museo Pambata with her mother, Mrs. Estefania Aldaba Lim. She was a former chair of the Asia-Pacific Committee, World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts, and a former international president of Altogether in Dignity Fourth World Movement. To go beyond, she serves as a chartered member of the Philippine Board of Books for Young People and a former president of PWU Alumni Association, aside from engaging herself to numerous publications of her books and articles. Equally important, she was a former member of Bayanihan, the National Folk Dance Company of the Philippines. Currently, she is the chairperson of the Philippine Council for NGO Certification and was recently elected as the national president of the Girl Scouts of the Philippines. She has 4 grown children. The eldest is the executive producer and screenwriter of the famous animated series Trece. Waving the banner and the spirit of a Philwoman, she was an awardee of the Outstanding Women in the Nation Service for Education, Outstanding Manilan, and Outstanding Bulaqueña. Let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Maria Cristina Nina Lim Yuson.
Our guest speaker, Dr. Maria Cristina Lim Yuson.
President Marco Alfredo Benitez, Chancellor and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Felina C. Yang, Mrs. Victorina Amalingan Sales, Chairperson of the Board of Trustees, Attorney Rosario Calixto Chavez, President of the PWU Alumni Association, members of the PWU Board of Trustees, graduates and parents, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for welcoming me to the campus, the PWU I grew up with. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to be here as your commencement speaker. There are 4 messages that I'd like to give to the graduates. 1 is make the most of your life as it may never return. The The second one is build your relationship and trust with God. The third one is do something you are passionate about. And the fourth one is do something for others. So on the first one, make the most of your life as it may never return. I just like to say that I had a wonderful time growing up in Chasams. Each day was like play day for me. And I think that's the philosophy I've brought in my work, which is children learn through play. This is what I've done in my preschool early learning center and the same for Museo Pambata Foundation Inc. We learn through play. And I think adults also learn best when they are relaxed and doing something with something, objects or things. And guess what? My youngest son, now 39, is in a play environment. He just started working at Lego Foundation in Denmark. And he's with the play movement. So it goes round and round, and I'm so happy for him. So I had come here to PWU High School in this campus, and my second year was disrupted because I got admitted to the Bayanihan Folk Dance Company. It was really an eye-opener to travel with Bayanihan. I was barely 15 years old when I first joined Bayanihan. So it's the first time I wore heels, first time that I had to dance with guys. And it opened my eyes to the world and to know that there are different people and cultures that we had seen. But most of all, it deepened my love for the country. So I'm thankful to Bayanihan. On our 5th month of the world tour, my father came to visit. He had come from a business trip in the United States, and so he passed by Paris. And of course, he saw how his young teener had grown up on stage, how she had developed a lot of self-confidence, and that she enjoyed herself with the group. He treated us out to Chinese restaurant because, as you know, we were very frugal in food. And then he even bought me real leather gloves. So it was really a wonderful experience. He even bought flowers for our 3 birthday celebrants. So when he left, I was sort of sad. And, you know, I had a feeling that something might happen to him, that his plane might crash. Anyway, he got home safely, and I was so happy about that. On our 6th month, we had gone to Germany. It was very cold. And for the first time, I had the flu. So on my 3rd day, when I got up, Tita King Casilag, who was our group director at the time, came in with the other staff and broke the news that I had to fly home because my father had met an accident and was in the hospital. So I flew home with red tulips that had wilted as soon as we arrived Manila. But the sad news was my father had perished in a plane crash. And when he was buried that day, the tulips just bloomed. And I knew for a reason that he was alive in our hearts. So I was in Manila and a mail came. It came from my father. It was a return mail. And the last sentence it said there was, "Make the most of your life as it may never return." So that has been my mantra ever since. You know, my mom was very busy. She taught here in PWU. And later on, she became Secretary of Social Welfare and then the United Nations. And I said, you know what? I think God took that away so that you can do all these things for others. Little did I know that it would happen to me because my own husband had passed away when we had barely married for 20 years. So raising 4 children, like my mom who raised 6 children, was quite a challenge for me. And I think the second message I have for you graduates is you must build your trust and relationship with God. I think it's only through prayers, but more than prayers, you must make God your kaibigan, your friend, you know, somebody that you can talk to daily. And I'm really thankful for this pandemic in a way because I really had to give time for God. And you know what I do? I walk in the mornings. Well, walking is good exercise, but that's the quiet time I have with God. And it's amazing how God gives me messages on what I should do, especially now that I'm busy with various organizations doing my volunteer work. So, like my speech today, I thought of this in my walks. And the third one is do something you're passionate about. Well, I never really wanted to do education. I really wanted to do art. But because I still loved to draw when I had my preschool, and when I looked at museums and spaces to develop children, the art came in. And it's amazing because I started sketching. And I was in an international NGO. So whenever I had to go for conferences, I really did time to sketch. And now I have 6 sketchbooks that I printed. And sometimes I do this for fundraising on the side. And the fourth one is do something for others. I think I'd like to end this with that because PWU has taught us to be civic-minded. You know that our country needs good leaders who can be good examples for us. And you know, we practice this in PWU. We had elections and then we had meetings. And I think that in this coming election, we need to think of getting the right persons there so that our children and our children's future will be established and that we can do our part. So I'm also campaigning for first-time registrants, first-time voters. Please, I know that many of you are going to vote in May, so you need to register. And so that's my additional input for do something for others, do something for your country. So I end here, my dear graduates. I hope that you can make the most of your life because it may never return. And the second one is please build your trust and relationship with God. He will help you through no matter what. Your challenges are high and low, and He will be there for you. And the third one is be passionate about what you want. I hope that the work that you find, maybe it can be from the home or in a business, is something that you like, not something that you're forced to do. And you know, when you like to do something, everything will come so easily. You don't have to worry so much because you're enjoying it. It's not work, it's like play. And the fourth one is do something for others. Do something for your country. So thank you very much for inviting me here. I hope that I contributed a little bit in your lives. Salamat po.
Thank you for the inspiring message, Dr. Lim Yuson. University President Mr. Marco Alfredo M. Benitez will award the Certificate of Appreciation to Dr. Maria Cristina Lim Yuson.
The Philippine Women's University awards this plaque of appreciation to Dr. Maria Cristina Lim Yuson, Chairperson and Founder, Museo Pambata Foundation, Inc., National President, Girl Scouts of the Philippines, in recognition of her inspiring speech during PWU's 97th and 98th Virtual Baccalaureate and Investiture Ceremonies, given this 23rd of July, 2021 in Manila City, Philippines. Signed, Dr. Earl Clarence Jimenez, Chairperson, 2020 and 2021 Baccalaureate and Investiture Ceremonies, and Marco Alfredo M. Benitez, University President. Thank you, Dr. Lim Yuson.
Now, to officially start our investiture ceremonies, may we call on the University Chancellor and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Felina C. Young.
The Philippine Women's University is proud to welcome you in the celebration of its 97th and 98th Baccalaureate Ceremonies. Due to the constraints and limitations of the conduct of this heartwarming activity brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic, today's investiture ceremony will feature the names of our graduates together with the videos of the previous year's ceremonies as a symbolic investiture.
Dr. Young will now present the class of 2020 and 2021 to the President.
Mr. President, may I present to you the graduating classes of school year 2019-2020 and 2020-2021 for the investiture ceremonies.
School of Arts and Sciences. School of Education. Philippine School of Social Work. Helena Z. Benitez School of International Relations and Diplomacy. Conrado Benitez Institute for Business Education. School of Tourism. School of Hospitality Management. School of Food Science and Technology. School of Music. School of Fine Arts and Design. School of Pharmacy. School of Nutrition. School of Nursing. School of Medical Technology. Now let's move on to a non-academic ceremony but an important responsibility of our PWU students. Historically, the first student council in the Philippine private school sector was set up at PWU in 1922. As the torch of knowledge is passed on to this graduating class, they will be joining those who have shouldered the task of passing the Philwomanian spirit to the next generation. The mission and vision must go on. May I call on Dalisay Valles, the outgoing Student Council President, for the symbolic bequeathal of responsibility to Rania Maulana, incumbent Vice President External of the Student Council.
I, Kyla A. Fernandez, graduated from School of Education, former Vice President for Internal Affairs of the University Student Council, school year 2020-2021, will now officially turn over the responsibility to Ms. Rania Maulana. Accept this key, symbol of the responsibility that is now entrusted to you as the new President of the University Student Council of the Philippine Women's University. This key symbolizes the sense of duty that you must possess in order to be able to open possibilities for collaboration. Assist PWU students in their quest for excellence and help them concretize the core values of the PWU brand of education. Receive this gavel with the pledge that you will exercise authority wisely and fairly and serve as true inspiration to everyone. Accept the Constitution of the Student Council, the document in which our principles, values, and goals are enshrined. This Constitution is born out of collaboration among student leaders and the consultation with our administrators. Thus, in following the provisions laid out by this Constitution, you and the members of the Student Council are enjoined to protect and respect this noble fruit of our hard work.
I, Rania Maulana, Vice President External of the University Student Council of the Philippine Women's University, school year 2020 to 2021, accept this key and gavel as I pledge to humbly and dutifully serve the Student Council, fully accomplishing my role in leading the students of the Philippine Women's University to becoming a community of learners oriented towards what is good, right, and true. We pledge to give out our best to realize the core values of the PWU brand of education. I accept this Constitution as I, in the name of all the succeeding members of the Student Council, promise to abide by the rules and regulations set forth by this Constitution and to defend the principles of unity in diversity and equality in dignity which are potently conveyed by the provisions of this Constitution. Please accept this token as a sign of our deep appreciation for your unconditional service at the Philippine Women's University. May God bless us in our continuing efforts to serve this university to the best of our abilities. I ask for your prayers as I respond to the challenges of the new school year. May God bless you and your graduates as you create and achieve your dreams in the world of work.
Tradition plays a great part in PWU's 102-year-old history. And part of our cherished tradition is to honor those graduating students who have been there for us for a great part of their schooling. The PWU Loyalty Certificate is given to those students who have completed 2 levels of their education at PWU. For those students who have completed 3 levels, a loyalty plaque is given. The Loyalty Certificate for the school year 2019 and 2020 is awarded to the following. From the School of Education, Kai Yating, graduated Master of Arts in Education, Major in Educational Management 2015 to 2017, Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Major in Educational Management 2017 to 2020. Rock Joanna Mariz D, graduated Bachelor of Secondary Education, Major in English, 2008 to 2011. Masters of Arts in Education, Major in Educational Management, 2015 to 2020. From the Conrado Benitez Institute for Business Education, Peñero Oteiza M, graduated Master of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management, 2009 to 2012, Doctor in Business Management with specialization in Hospitality Management, 2016 to 2020. Sarazawa Katrina S, graduated Master of Science in Culinary Arts, 2011 to 2013, Doctor in Business Management with specialization in Hospitality Management, 2016 to 2020. From the School of Hospitality Management, Chiemsen Michael Jose Demetrius O, graduated secondary from PWU Jasm's Manila, 2011 to 2015. Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management with specialization in Culinary, 2015 to 2020. From the School of Pharmacy, Colonia Lynette Joy B, graduated Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy, 2008 to 2011. Master of Science in Pharmacy with specialization in Clinical Pharmacy, 2016 to 2020. The Loyalty Certificate for the school year 2020 and 2021 is awarded to the following. From the School of Arts and Sciences, Morente Julia May S, graduated secondary from PWU Jasm's Manila, 2012 to 2018. Bachelor of Arts, Major in Psychology, 2018 to 2021. From the School of Education, Desierto Nemia B, graduated Masters of Arts in Education, Major in Educational Management, 2013 to 2016. Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Major in Educational Management, 2019 to 2021. Rentero Rodiliza T, graduated Master of Arts in Education, Major in Early Childhood Education, 2016 to 2018. Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Major in Educational Management, 2018 to 2021. Tuazon Maria Liza E, graduated Masters of Arts in Education, Major in Special Education, 2007 to 2012. Doctor of Philosophy in Education, major in Educational Management, 2018 to 2021. From the HZB School of International Relations and Diplomacy, Manabat Joshua J. Graduated secondary from PWU JASMS Manila, 2012 to 2018. Bachelor of Arts in Foreign Service, 2018 to 2021. From the Conrado Benitez Institute for Business Education, Pineda Pierre Potenciana L. Graduated Master of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management, 2009 to 2013. Doctor in Business Management with a specialization in Hospitality Management, 2015 to 2021. From the School of Tourism, Corpus Diane D. Graduated Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management, 2011 to 2015. Masters of Science in Tourism Management, 2016 to 2021. From the School of Hospitality Management, Abiva Rogelio Jr. A. Graduated Bachelor of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management, 1998 to 2002. Master of Science in Culinary Arts, 2017 to 2021. Baluyot Michael Bobet B. Graduated Master of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management, 2012 to 2016. Doctor in Hospitality Management, 2018 to 2021. Basas Paula May D. Graduated Bachelor of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management, 2011 to 2014. Master of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management, 2015 to 2021. Jimenez Maria Dina D. Graduated Master of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management, 2012 to 2016. Doctor in Hospitality Management, 2018 to 2021. Sioteco Heidi P. Graduated Master of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management, 2005 to 2010. Doctor in Hospitality Management, 2017 to 2021. From the School of Fine Arts and Design, Quadra Ariel Therese F. Graduated secondary from PWU JASMS, Quezon City, 2012 to 2017. Bachelor of Fine Arts, major in Visual Communication, 2018 to 2021. The loyalty plaque for school year 2019 to 2020 is awarded to the following. From the Conrado Benitez Institute for Business Education, Dimayuga Maria Melanie M. Graduated elementary from JASMS Manila, 1985 to 1992. Secondary from PWU JMD, 1992 to 1996. Tertiary Bachelor of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management, 1996 to 2002. Master in Business Administration, non-thesis, 2018 to 2020. The loyalty plaque for school year 2020 to 2021 is awarded to the following. From the School of Arts and Sciences, De Belen Kim Beatrice R. Graduated elementary from PWU JASMS Manila, 2005 to 2012. Secondary from PWU JASMS Manila, 2012 to 2018. Tertiary Bachelor of Arts, major in Psychology, 2018 to 2021. From the HZB School of International Relations and Diplomacy, Candelaria James Cyrus L. Graduated elementary from PWU JASMS, Quezon City, 2006 to 2012. Secondary, 2012 to 2018. Tertiary, Bachelor of Arts, major in Foreign Service, 2018 to 2021. Congratulations! With the epitome of excellence in the academic arena, where the best acquires its hard-earned title, today's salute to alma mater will be delivered by Eloisa S. Hilado, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English.
To the university officials headed by Mr. Marco Alfredo M. Benitez, the university president, Dr. Felina C. Young, Chancellor and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Mr. Alfredo V. Reyes, Senior Vice President for External Affairs, Ms. Marilu Mirasol, Vice President for Administration, Dr. Susie M. Benitez, Assistant Vice President for Campus Life, Ms. Ana Marie Del Rosario, Vice President for Finance, Dr. Maria Cristina Lim Yuson, our Honorable Baccalaureate Speaker, Deans, Heads of Programs, Faculty Members, Parents and Guardians, relatives, friends, fellow Philwominians, and to our viewers in the social media via the FB Live. A delightful afternoon to all of you. As I begin my speech, kindly allow me to share with you a famous and remarkable quotation from Julius Caesar. Venimus, vidimus, vicimus. We came, we saw, we conquered. However, I altered it by only a little to make it much more suitable to this sublime event. May I also say these words wherever you are at the moment, with a strong conviction, and let the admirable spirit of the eloquent Roman general and statesman resonate within you as we all take part in this ceremony. The academic year 2020 and 2021 was supposed to be a year of new beginnings and dreams to fulfill. That is, to rebuild what was lost due to the bewildering events of 2019. However, life proved, yet again, that the only thing predictable about it is its unpredictability. Yes, it was as if the world has turned upside down, and the things we deemed normal and safe had to be reconsidered, for the ongoing pandemic may potentially put our lives in more perils. Sadly, many of our family members lost their jobs because their companies had to close down due to the global crisis. There was also a shortage of consumer products such as food and water because of panic buying. The rising number of COVID-19 positives threw the public in a state of chaos and agitation. Supermarkets were packed with shoppers who wiped the shelves clean to stock supplies in preparation for lockdown. In addition, the increase of criminal acts due to hoarding of safety products like masks and alcohols, then selling them for unreasonable prices, has left legitimate online retailers under public scrutiny for fear of being scammed. These are some of the COVID-19 concerns which left us unequipped and at loss to the sudden change in all areas of society, especially in the field of education. For such reasons, we consider this virtual commencement of the two graduating batches of 2020 and 2021 truly memorable and life-changing. My fellow graduates, the resilient Rangers of 2021, as I stand here before you, allow me to deliver a venerable tribute that will recognize our Herculean efforts and sacrifices exerted to be able to witness and be a part of this inspiring and momentous event. A well-regarded salute to all of us for mastering the art of versatility. We belong to the first batch who faced the K-12 program. We were trained to be proficient in communication and social skills, to be a lifelong learner with the ability and worth to compete globally. We are also the first ones who explored the rudiments of the new college curriculum. In addition, we were the first batch to transition from traditional to the flexible learning scheme. Prior to the healthcare crisis we are facing today, our batch has had no time for the getting used to phase, because we constantly had to adjust and adapt to the persistent change in our surroundings. So, I want you to smash that heart react button and show everyone here today how hard we have fought to keep up with the shifting standards, demands, and expectations of the modern society. A venerable salute to all of us for bravely choosing to continue our studies. It was never an easy decision. Many of us may have been skeptical if we would really learn something through the virtual screen. Moreover, there were a lot of factors that we had to ponder upon. Remembering the experience, I've come across students who are using their smartphones because they have no laptop or desktop. Students who are visiting computer shops late at night just to accomplish their activities and beat their deadlines. Students who are challenged to properly listen and participate in class due to their distressing environment. Students who kept on rejoining the online platform because their load subscription cannot support the needed data measurement to run the program smoothly. And students who are incapable of attending the online class at all despite their efforts, because of circumstances beyond one's control, such as sick loved ones afflicted by the deadly virus and other complications. All these challenges, and the others that I wasn't able to mention, have exhausted the already flickering light of motivation within us. But we courageously faced the uncertainties head on and persevered anyway. This is a great feat that separates us, the PWU pandemic graduates, from the rest. So let's give ourselves a round of applause for our courage and determination. Lastly, a salute of highest distinction to all of us for overcoming the arduous adversities. We could have given up, but we never did. And now we are here at the finish line. We, the pandemic graduates, have been driven to the corner countless of times. Putting up with a backache from sitting for too long, skipping meals or inability to eat on time, sleepless nights and messed up sleep schedule, flinching every time we receive email notifications, or having our names mentioned in group chats for fear of additional or missing works, and experiencing breakdown sessions when situations go out of hand. Indeed, no one is exempted from suffering. If there's one thing common during the pandemic, it's that all of us has suffered in one way or another, including our teachers. It may have diminished our motivation. It may have caused us a great deal of mental and emotional stress, and it may have instilled fear and hopelessness. But, as the essence of being a Filipino suggests, we, the PWU graduates, have grown resilient and ready. Instead of allowing all these negativities to thwart us from learning and achieving our maximum potential, we were actually able to go against the tides and utilize it to our advantage by becoming the reasons why we have chosen to fight for survival. Fellow Philwominians, it is truly gratifying to see how far we have come and how much we have improved. But our triumphs and failures would have been impossible without the support and dedication of our respective schools and colleges, deans, and professors. Let's not forget to give our appreciation to our proud and beloved alma mater, who served as both our safe haven and training ground, an esteemed institution with an enduring commitment to prepare every learner to continuously search for knowledge through a holistic education which treasures heritage and is imbued with the core values of personal integrity, spirituality, family solidarity, and community participation. As we venture out to every corner of the world, may we find a suitable workplace that stays true to its long-term goals and ambitions. Just like our alma mater, that would devote 100 more years to develop individuals through excellence in teaching, dynamic and relevant research, and responsive service supported by evolving technology for global competence. As we turn the page and unlock another chapter of our lives, the pressure from a new set of expectations might start to kick in. To secure a job, to pass the board exam, to open a business, to work overseas. to pursue master's or PhD, or whatever is stated in our plans after graduation. Keep them in reserve for now, and let us cherish the moment that we have been praying for the past 3 to 4 years. This moment that we could only imagine before is now within our reach. Our strength and resilience as Philomenians have carried us through our college journey and will continue to carry us through as we step towards our dreams and aspirations in life. May this opportunity help us realize that what we thought about ourselves is totally different from what we're capable of. We managed to survive and make it through the hardest or even the darkest phases of our lives. And by His grace, I know we can withstand any obstacles we might face, now and in the future. Before I conclude my speech, I would like to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to those who are very dear to me, to the Edward and Evelara Underwood Scholarship Organization, the School of Education, and to my family. From the bottom of my heart, I sincerely thank you for helping me build the salutatorian that is now standing in front of you. Your sincere generosity will be engraved in my heart forever. Finally, to the graduating classes of 2020 and 2021, even if it seems like making our mark in the world would seem unattainable, may we never lose track of who we are and continue to chase after the things we're passionate about. The coming years will definitely be laborious, but we are moving forward, clad with a thick armor of proficient skills and a helm of academic excellence. As we part our ways, may we continue to cheer for each other, regardless of what decisions we choose to make, what path we choose to take, to grow our roots deeper or to spread our wings further. My only hope is that we do so, for our happiness and for the greater glory of our God. The brilliance of our titles and achievements may eventually fade, but let us never forget about the seed of resilience and holistic character formation, which was planted at the very beginning of our journey, has now started to blossom within us. It's the hallmark of a true Philomenian, and it is what we are made of. Let the mission of our mother founders ring true in each one of us in our next larger duty, and the finest traditions of the Philippine Women's University embolden us to transcend knowledge to wisdom. Together, let our voices be heard. We are the proud patriots of the Philippine Women's University. Thank you and congratulations to all of us. Mabuhay tayong lahat.
Congratulations! The induction to the PWU Alumni Association by Attorney Rosario Calixto Chavez, President of the PWU Alumni Association.
May I request all the candidates to please rise. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name, off, state your address, hereby solemnly pledge that I will bear faith and allegiance to my alma mater, the Philippine Women's University, and hold in sacred trust its ideals, teaching, and traditions as established by its founders. I further solemnly pledge that I, as an alumna, will proudly uphold that PWU spirit and live by that PWU system of education in fulfilling my duties to God, country, and home.
Retire the colors. the University Hymn. Exit the colors. Ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude this afternoon's virtual ceremonies, we warmly thank you for being with us in experiencing the joy of accomplishing years of academic achievement. This is an effort well spent, an achievement greatly cherished, a moment that we will all remember, and for many of us, a dream come true. We may not be together in body, but we are in spirit. Through any adversity, through any pandemic, we are Philwomenians, and we will always be proud. Congratulations, everyone.